But again, this will be interesting to see how the left will respond. But Ray is a litigation partner, folks, with the King and Spalding group in Washington, very prestigious, representing so many white-collar, people in Fortune 500 companies and positions, but very big lawyer, really knows a lot with inside the government and has worked both sides of Washington and really has a grasp, according to Trump, to be able to really get into Washington and command some respect, which a lot of people think all-time low. The FBI needs somebody to come in there and bring some respectability. And they think that Chris Wray, to be the FBI, is such the choice. He's a Yale graduate, headed the criminal division of Justice Department. So he's involved with the Justice Department from 2003 to 2005, and that was under President George W. And there he helped handle corporate fraud scandals, served on the Bush's corporate fraud task force, and then he oversaw major fraud investigations, including that of energy giant Enron. Remember that? And he also helped coordinate the agency's response to the September 11th, 2001 attacks. Comey, who also was appointed FBI director in 2013 by President Barack Obama, was fired by Trump last month. Comey. So with a strong law enforcement background, Ray is a traditional choice for the job. So there it is. Trump has entered his name, and that's who he's going with as being the strongest candidate for the next FBI director. And Comey, again, taking the oath, standing, going to be questioned tomorrow. It should be rather interesting. But he's taking an oath, and then they found a possible replacement. That's his choice. It looks like, without a doubt, I mean, they're going to be able to confirm him. The Republicans are going to make sure that, he gets in, no matter how bad the left doesn't want it. This guy seems to be impeccable, and could be a good turning point, I believe, for the FBI. But today's questioning, all the questioning is this is shenanigans. That's all there is to it. There's nothing that the American people really, truly, honestly learn other than that the left media is trying to do this witch hunt, trying to just tear down anything and everything. And really, this undermines all branches of the government, because right now, and a lot of people didn't really trust the government per se, especially during Barack Obama's tenure of 8 years, saying that we're going to be the most transparent administration ever. I mean, come on. That's the furthest from the truth. But from day one, there's just been nothing but supposed scandals going on with the White House. This is like something made for TV drama, like the TV show Scandal on NBC. Would you have you think that there's just something going on sinister every single day with the Trump administration? To be honest with you, to me, it's wearing. I would say that, if you're going to do a popular poll, I mean, this definitely doesn't help the numbers. But then again, Trump's not looking for a popularity contest. He's just trying to make our country safe, more prosperous, living out campaign promises in real time, and has done a lot of great things and put things into motion to make sure that, the Defense Department gets what they need, or people in uniform get what they need to do their jobs overseas. We're trying to get this health care passed, which would be just great. See when that happens. But that needs to certainly be together and worked out before that even tries to get passed again. We saw the first time, utter disaster. But that needs to be very thoughtful. But this is, to me, again, a diversionary tactic of the left, trying to stymie anything of importance that Donald Trump is trying to do. They're just trying to, again, try to find some way, some loophole, someone, something to try to derail the Trump administration. Now, Rush Limbaugh, I don't usually comment about a lot of talk show hosts, but remember this Winter girl that supposedly she was the leaker girl? He's thinking that this is some kind of left-wing conspiracy. And remember, the right-wing conspiracy thinks this is kind of made up and it's just a fraudulent makeup just to throw her under the rails, that this was just all cantered up. That's just his opinion. I believe that there's such a investigation going on at all branches to purge the swamp, so to speak, from these leakers, that she was found, and I think it's totally legitimate that she was found. I don't think it's a witch or a cantered up kind of a thing. I think it was a total track down for a source, that she was sourcing this information out, and she's going to be legitimately charged and made an example out of. And mark my words, there are going to be so many more people that will be prosecuted over the next year. I could just imagine more of them coming through. But there's going to be a huge shakeup, more people to be fired and more people to be hired. He hasn't even begun to fill a lot of the positions. And just because of the climate in Washington, these hearings, can you imagine if they didn't have any of this stuff going on, how much stuff that could actually be getting done for Mr. and Mrs. America? This is a shame. I think it's actually a very sad day that they do this, because, again, they're not going to find out that Donald Trump broke any laws or rules, and tomorrow you're going to hear it from James Comey's mouth. And according to ABC, they already know what he's going to say. Now, I don't know what you think about this. I'm very protective of my children, okay, as a good dad is, and as a mom. And you want to train your kids right from wrong, but how far would you go to teach your kid? Now, let me give an example. So you don't want your kid to touch the stove. So would you actually put your child's hand in an open flame? Burn their hand? Would you do that? Give them some burns? How about maybe you had rodents in your house? And you want to go ahead and let them know what it would feel like if the trap would actually snap and, it hurts one of their fingers. Would you do that? Would you light a match, show them what matches would do, kind of give them a couple burns? Or would you have a needle? Or would you poke your kid? Well, there's a mother who wanted to teach her 1-year-old a lesson with getting a bite from a snake. Right now, this woman in Florida, she's unnamed, and she's being investigated by local law enforcement and child services right now after allegedly allowing a snake to repeatedly, not one time, repeatedly bite her 1-year-old daughter. I'm dead serious. Tampa Bay's ABC Action News reported that this woman in question has no regrets of doing this, because she had this YouTube video that it's kind of gone viral. And then law enforcement got a hold of this, started doing an investigation, and she says that she has no regrets and insisted time and again that allowing the snake to bite her daughter taught her a valuable lesson. It had bitten me and my son and didn't leave a mark several times, she said. I thought it was a good opportunity to introduce her without actually getting hurt. She says, people are too sensitive. The woman insisted that the baby was not injured by the snake because the snake's fangs did not pierce the child's flesh. She says, people who know me know that I would never hurt my children. Now, the video has been removed from Facebook, and now here is what I call the snake lady. Come on, snake lady.
If people that know me know that I would never hurt my children, and she's not scared of snakes, but she doesn't want to touch them either. So that was my goal.
Well, you what do you think? The video is gone viral, by the way. You can find this online here. It's still there. It's not on Facebook, but there's still traces of video from news agencies on here. Just snake mother. Just type that in Google and you'll be able to find this. But unbelievable. I want to teach my kids lesson, but I'm not going to bite. And it snapped and scared her. Maybe there was not blood, but there's something that bit her with some kind of fang or something like that. And, we're asking what kind of snake? Kind of like a garden snake. Or a rat snake is what they call it. Yeah. So that's what it is. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's like a rat snake. And it's in Florida. Hey, different strokes for different folks. We don't know if there's going to be any charges filed against her. Like I say, there's no injury to the child, but she let it just repeatedly do that. That's the way that she's going to teach her 1-year-old. Just unsavory, in my opinion. I don't think I'd be going that far. Want to teach your kids, but 1 year old, really? That's just a little weird. But different strokes for different folks. All right, on our news blog, by the way, if you want to know what we're talking about and want to follow along at forthepeopleshow.com, at any time at our front page, you can see daily what the subject is, and you can follow along so you can make sure that we're true to following our show prep notes of where we're going in the show, because there is, after all, a rhyme or a reason. And by the way, this half hour is brought to you by 123 Ready TV. Now you say, what's a 123 Ready TV? Well, it's not a television. It works with your PC or your Android devices. That's right, your personal computer Android devices, and it lets you see all the movies that you could ever watch in a lifetime. The stuff that's in the movies right now and the stuff that used to be in the movies. And all the TV shows that you could ever watch for one price only. And it's a one-time deal. It's $19.99. It's not $19.99 a month. It's one-time deal, $19.99. And Beauty and the Beast, I just saw it. And what a great movie. The new one from Disney, really well done. Got to enjoy that with my daughter. No commercials. Nope. And the quality, fantastic. Oh, that's right. You got to check it out for yourself. You can check it out on my website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com, and click on the store page. You can watch a video, and then you can download it right there. And like I say, PC or Android devices, whether you have an Android phone or Android tablet or a personal computer that runs on Windows. We're hoping that they come up with an Apple, but they don't have anything for Apple. But this is really, truly amazing, because if it already streams on the web, which all of the stuff does, this captures it, it finds it, so you don't have to go searching for it other than the title. And then it pulls it up, and then you watch it. So you might be able to comb and fish through the web and find a few things, maybe here and there, but this finds it all for you, and it's easy to use and navigate through. No matter if you're 10 years old, 5 years old, or 99 years old, you can point, you can click, you can watch. 123 Ready TV is available right now for $19.99, one time only, and it's found at forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page and get yours today. You'll be glad you did. So this knife-wielding jihadist, and this, just happened just days ago, as you can remember. And this guy was drinking beer. One of this gentleman that I'm looking at right now, I'm talking about a British soccer fan, Roy Lenar. He's 47, and he's recounting what he did after a trio of knife-wielding jihadists rushed into a pub on the night of the London Bridge terror attacks. That's what I'm referring to. Well, they started shouting Allah in the pub, and he had drunk 2-3 pints of something, he said. Well, geez, why not? But he's very outspoken. And so he decided he wasn't going to take the jihadists. He's quite nippy and lippy, and he wouldn't back down from a fight. He couldn't do it, especially with a little beer in him. And such was the case with Lenar when sitting at the pub that night, the London Bridge terror attack. And this trio of knife-wielding jihadists bursted in, shouted Islam and this and jihad that. This is for Allah. Well, he had something for them. And what did he do? He told the Sun no one knew what was happening. Then the bouncers tried to shut the door. The terrorists were pushing against the doors to get in. Everyone inside was running around in panic, and a few tried to get out the back, and others hit under the tables and the counters. And then the trio smashed open the door where I was standing, he told the paper. And the three of them stood together. Lenar, one of the British soccer fans who loves his Millwall team with a crazy passion, decided the terrorists were out of line. So admitting to the Sun that he had consumed 4 or 5 pints, nothing major, Ludner recounted. Like an idiot, I shouted back at them, I thought